Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome back to my studio. I have a beautiful project to share with you from the Paper Cameo called Carmelle. 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 You saw me start the project, and honestly, the project went terribly wrong. It was an epic fail, and I've had to completely redo it. So I've got all new stuff to show you, and hopefully you will like this as much as I do. I'm very much in love with it. It is a 3-piece stack. It will be sold that way, and it was made that way. So let's get busy and have a peek at this. When we're done with this, there is one piece of ephemera that I made in here that I thought afterwards we could do a quick craft. You can craft with me, make some with me. Great to stack your stash with. Wonderful piece. So it's in here, and when I'm done showing it, I'll pull it out, and when I'm done showing it, we'll make that. So don't go away after the video, but this is a flip through. And I don't, it's really not a flip through. You guys know I don't do that and point out every little thing. I'll do some, but you know, I'm not going to make it crazy. So this is what I started with. And my idea was to take journal pages and fold it around one of the pages and put it all together. Well, that problem with that was it would not open. It was too thick. I couldn't open it. I could only get it open a little way. There's no way you could write in it. So I ended up just taking the 3 6x9 bags, and this is what we've got. This is gorgeous. I'm going to assume this is Carmelle or Carmelle, however you want to put it. And this is there in the big pockets. I have this big, beautiful journal card. Okay. We have a lovely document you can write on. So there is writing space just in this part of it. But remember, this is going as a full set. So it's not just what's in here, but also what's in the actual journal that I ended up making. Let me sit down. I'm standing up. How is everybody? Are you all good? I hope so. I hope everybody's wonderful, enjoying your late summer, early fall, or I'm not sure what season you're in other countries. So here we have one of these beautiful, I made a very thick, this was going to go on the front. I didn't like it, so I ended up putting it in the belly band that we made. I think we did this on a video. And this belly band has just tons and tons of, there's a velvet ribbon, and then 1, 2, 3 layers here. It's got stickles, it's got pearls, it's got it all. I have a little clip here in the back, and I have a beautiful little piece stuck in here that you can write on. And I used a lot of my acrylic bubbles everywhere. In this, I use the acrylic bubbles like you would pearls or, you know, anything else. So, you know, and we have this page. This is vintage right here, piece of vintage jewelry. And then here we have some journal cards, giant journal cards to write on. It has one of my acrylic bubbles, and these bubbles are glittery. They're glitter bubbles. Something different, right? And let's see, let's put this, I have to get it back in here. It did come out of here, so I know it will go back in, right? But I don't want to rip anything either, so I may have to do it after. You know what? I think I'll just, this one right here. There you go. I knew it would fit. But you could see I could not turn the pages here when I had pages in here, so it ended up being, and then we have 2 lovely pieces here, and I have paper clipped these babies into their pockets so they will not fall out. This is got some, it's 3 layers. It's got some stickles. I don't know if you could see. Let me stand up. I don't know if you can see the stickles on that, but it's shiny. And then it's got some beautiful lace. This has a ton of dimension. It's 2 layers, and this is a side tuck, and we have a card, and we have a tag, and it's got another one of my lovely little glitter bubbles on it. So those go there. And then we have a pocket there, and inside that pocket, we've got a beautiful card or tag, bag to write on. And again, another document that we can just write on, folded, you know, paper. Every single thing you see here is in the kit. I did not use anything that was not in the kit. So that is the first piece. And this is our envelope stack, pocket stack. I think we'll call it an envelope pocket stack. Then I made this using the 3 tags, which you know I like to do. Again, I used my lovely dimensional tape. It's all dimensional. And I got butterflies, and I've got some bling, and we've got some lots of, and you open it up, and then this opens, and you have a card you can write on. You have another one here that you can write on, and you have another one here that you can write on also. So, and you can write all over, you know, in here. And then you have a lovely tall belly band, and you've got punched out triple layers of butterfly and things. So those butterfly wings do move. They always do, you know, but they get flattened from being together. So you have this piece. This is the second piece in our stack. And I use a lot of crinkled seam binding from my scrap cabin. The colors are yummy, are they not? Oh my gosh, I love the colors. They're very fall-like. This one is just yummy, yummy, yummy. It's gorgeous, right? And so is this. Beautiful, right? So there's two pieces in our stack. And we will get to, once I took the pieces out of this piece, it left me with, what do I do with all the journal pages, right? So I was like, oh, that has a dangle. Did I show you the dangles? The dangles are also dimensional, but they've got the acrylic bubbles on top, but there's 2 layers there, there's 2 layers there, and then an acrylic bubble. So try to be creative. I've got one of my jabots. I have another one of my little tags and a charm. Got little sparkles here. We've got some hemp there. We've got this lovely, more of the beautiful crinkle ribbon from my scrap cabin. I do have a discount for them in my box. I mean, down in my display box. So you definitely can go there and get a discount if you need to get some. And these ribbons are stunning. They're not your, you know, average everyday. They may be in a fall bundle. She probably has fall bundles already. So we open up our journal. It is back with lace here. Tons of lace, all vintage laces. And then we have vintage lace here. And then I used a lot of the acrylic bubbles all the way through in place of pearls and bling, right? So you open up and you've got pockets with lots of goodies, lots of the acrylic bubbles, lots of butterflies, bows. Some tags are thick, some are thinner. Kind of just depends, you know, what you need. So, and then we also have those here and here. And this paper here is from the 1700s. It is worm paper from Italy. It has been treated, so it's safe to use. We've got custom made coffee dyed paper in here. This is vintage from the 50s. We have all these gorgeous pieces, and again, more of the bubbles. And everything I punched out, every tab, every piece came from this kit. So you can do exactly what I did, or you can purchase this one if you really love this and you're into fall. Now is the time to get hold of it. Okay, and then we turn the page. Now, you need to remember, these all had holes punched in them, so I covered them up. It reinforced the pages, gave you a bit of interest to write in on. You could add other goodies to it if you want. A lot of writing paper. Again, this is the 1700s paper. Okay, you have lovely ephemera to write on. And I did add the papers across here for color, but also to stiffen up that so we could actually use the pockets in the 1700-year-old rag paper from the 17th century. This is the piece that we are going to make at the end of the video. And if you're interested in learning to make this, then I will be doing some of these at the end of the video. So stay tuned. I'll be done in just a minute here and we'll be moving on. This paper here is vintage. Again, it's very old. It has the yellowed patina that's natural. I did not do that. And then we have a little card with another card in it. We've got a little doohickey. We have a C that's been for Carmelle. And we've got those in there. We've got another one of those dimensional bubbles. Got a lot of the bubbles, like I said. We have this is dimensional. It's on here. It's a leaf. It's another one I made for the covers, but I didn't like it, so it is now on a page. Lots of tabs that I handmade. We've got vintage lace. I did use my stamp that's in all of my journals. Thought it was appropriate. We've got more pages to write on. Every one of these is writable. Isn't this wonderful? Look at all this writing space. Again, this is a vintage page. Again, more of the 17th century paper. We've got lots of ephemera, and everything is writable. Everything. So, got another one of my bubbles here, as you can see. Right? And we've got more writing paper. Look at it all. I think I did a good job with it. I hope so. More vintage music paper. More pieces. Isn't that pretty? It's a pretty little tag. So you could see it's fall, but it isn't. It's not, you know, overly fall, no critters or anything. Again, it's more of the 17th century. And I've got vintage doilies. These are from my mom's from the 1950s. These are from my stash. And then we have a lovely, I actually made this little tag. I punched it out. I used my die cut it out. And then I put another little picture in it and then added one of my little acrylic bubbles to the top and made myself some fun little bits. And there we go. And that's the end. So there you have it. You have a journal. You have the ephemera pocket holder, you know, the stack. And then you have, you know, your triple tag. And then we have all this lovely, as you can see, I used all these crinkle laces all the way through and all the beautiful golds and creams and browns and, you know, great fall colors. I used a lot of, I did use the vintage laces. And so that's it. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the paper cameo, Camille, C-A-M-E-L-L-E. I think that's how you would spell it. Wait, am I spelling that right? C-A-M-E-L-L-E. Carmelle. Carmelle? Camille. Carmelle. Carmelle. Oops, sorry. Oop, bang my head. Carmelle. So that is our flip through. As you can see, it was a really quick one. I think we only spent 11 minutes on that, so that shouldn't have been too boring. But our one piece of paper, I thought we could just do a quickie little craft. Of course, I didn't leave it out like I said I was going to, did I? Huh. Okay, Laurette, where is your brain? Oh, here it is. All right, so I need to mark this page. Let me put a little doohickey. Oh, I want to bend that. Where could I put that? There we go. Because I want to know where it's going to go back, right? So let me put this all away. Beautiful kit. So I thought maybe we could, I'm going to move my board. Move that away. It's my photo board that I made. There we are. Thought maybe we could do a little something in our today. I do have another one that's plain. And I have one here. I've got some papers cut and ready to go. So we can do that. I also have things that I can cut to decorate with. So what you need is you need a perfect square. It can be 8.5, 8 1/4, all 9, all 12, whatever size you want of this. And the first thing you're going to want to do is make a square. So that's the first thing you're going to do. Then you're going to, now you can either fold this by hand or you can use your scoreboard. You know what? I probably should use my scoreboard. I think that's probably the better way. Well, sometimes the scoreboard's off. And I notice because of the thickness of these little things, sometimes it's off a bit. So if this is 8 1/4, so that's going to be 4 1/8. So let's try it. Let's see if I can get it right. If I can't, then we'll know that's probably not the way we want to go. So we're going to go down the middle. Then we're going to give it a turn. And I said 4 1/8 was where I wanted to go on this because I've chosen the 8 1/4. Come on, you. I cut this on my cutter, but it's giving me fits. Maybe let's see what this does first. Yeah, see, it's not straight, even though I cut it on my cutting board. Yeah, it's off. Oh boy. Okay, I will be having to trim that up, but that's okay. So basically, you want to just fold it into 4s. Yeah, see, that's way off. Goodness. What in the heck? All right. And then we're going to fold it again, which, because that's off, that's going to mess me up, isn't it? So, pardon me. I'm sorry. I cut it on my cutting board, but you know what? All you have to move is a 1/16 of an inch, and you know you get a mess, right? It messes up your whole project. So let me just clean this up, because that is not going to work. We do need a perfect square. However, it's got to be a square. Okay, I don't even know if we've just lost our square, but we'll see. Okay, so now we want to fold it up again. And you might want to use a bone folder, something, okay? And you're going to open this up. Now, what you want is you want to figure out what your front is going to be. I wanted this in the front, but I don't see how I could do it to make that work. So I guess this is going to be, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to do what I know to do. So I'm going to flip it over. Okay, and this line right here, I'm going to cut it. Let's see, I hope I'm doing this right. Yeah. This line right here, I'm going to cut up right to the middle. And then I'm going to take another little line very, very close to it and cut again. Just to take out a hair's breadth of paper. I'm going to fold it over. This is our top. Actually, that worked out perfect. Yay. So we're going to fold this down. We're going to take, okay, so you have, this is, you've cut it up. You turn it over. This is your top, but you're going to fold this left side down. You're going to fold it in, and you're going to fold this one over, okay? And that gives you your, now if you feel like it's not even enough for you, it's off, you know, because of your folding like mine, we can just trim that up a little bit on our cutter and make it a little more neat and clean, okay? There we go. Just like that. Just like that. All right. Now on mine, I did round all the corners. Okay, I did round the corners. Now this one, I missed a top there. When you're gluing brown on brown sometimes and you're inking and everything, you can't even see your edges. So I think I missed the edge. So on this one, I am going to take and I'm going to round my corners on everything. I'm going to round. I should be able to do them all together, but sometimes, as you know, the ones in the back or the middle will end up off, right? I'm also going to round this one here. I'm just using a quarter round, okay? And did I do my tops? No, I did not. Okay, so I did it there and there, but I didn't do it up here. Okay, that's the only place I didn't. You can, if you want to, do every single bit. It's up to you. You know, this one I didn't either. This one is just, see, it's ready to be decorated. So I just wanted to show you how we did it. I noticed this is a little bit crooked. Just need a little, there, we've got that. We'll do this one more time. It's not difficult. You can make these all day long. This is so easy. Anybody could do it. Why I was struggling with it, I don't know. So we're going to take and match our corners. We're going to fold. We're going to fold again. Like I said, we can clean it up if we need to. That's not a problem. That's the cool part about it. It's just a very simple little 4-fold. Gives you lots of good stuff. We are going to, okay, so we folded it this way. We're going to open it up. And on our 4 corners, we're going to cut up the bottom. So that's the top of my page. We're going to cut the bottom of the page. Let's see if I did it right. I hope I did. I hope everybody's good. And how's your weather? It's a beautiful day here. We've been having the most gorgeous weather. We got a nice breeze in the afternoon, and I cut up a little far on that one, but that's okay. We're going to turn it around. This is going to be our top. Yes, see, it's always right side. See, I had it on the bottom. Okay, the paper's right side up. We're flipping it over. We cut up the middle, take out a little bit in the middle just to get rid of anything, so we can fold it closed very easily. Okay. So, and then we're going to take and we've cut that up. We're going to flip it all the way around. So you're going to take and you're going to turn it. You're going to drop that down. That is your top, just to make sure. So the left side is the fold down. The left side is the fold over. Okay, and then what's left is the fold down. Okay, and it looks like I did a pretty good job on this one. It's a little bit off. I mean, if I want to really clean it up, if I want to be perfect, which generally I'm not, I don't usually care, but I think I will just do a little bit of a trim up there, maybe a little trim up on the side. I mean, just the barest minimum, because my cutting wasn't stellar. Oh, all of my cutting bits are getting dull. I think I need some new equipment. Okay, so there you have it. Dum, da-dum, da-dum. And you would write on all those sides, and you could write there with a dark pen. I don't know that I would, but you could. Or you could decorate every bit of it. You could decorate this front. You could decorate that. You could decorate that. And then when you open it up, you have all of this going on, right? And then this is where we do our, I always move the front cover away. Oops. Come on now. My hands got cold, so my rings are getting too big. Ah. I'm just using a little 1/4 inch. Oh, I made a mess out of that. How did that happen? Oh, you know what it is? I used the 1/2 inch by mistake. I don't want that 1/2 inch. This 1/2 inch doesn't work worth a darn. But I have to make the two sides match. So, see, it just munches it. It just, I don't like this thing for a 1/2 inch. I love it as a 1/4 inch, and I would buy it again and again for the 1/4 inch. Maybe if I bought another one, it would work better, but... Okay, so I'm going to do the 1/4 on the rest. The cover can be different because the cover is the cover, right? And we can also, okay, so we have that, yay. Now you could ink all of those itsy bitsy pieces or not. It depends if you like to ink. I could see that. You don't have to, of course. It's up to you if you want to do any inking. Right, so I now have these lovely 4 pieces ready to go. This is a bit bigger paper. I made that a bit bigger. These were a little bit smaller papers because they had an edge I had to cut off. This one I didn't have to do any trimming because I bought the paper like this. It's a full 8.5 by 11. This was more like 8 by 8 by 8. So remember, square. Make it a square or it doesn't come out right. Well, you could probably do it in a taller or more rectangle piece, but I don't know about dimensions, honestly. Now, I have a ton of these gorgeous papers. This is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And I would like to use them on these. So let me see. What do I want to use on the cover? I can only use a certain size because, as you can see... Let me cut this one out. I'm in the mood for this here. I thought I would make some of these for future Marie Antoinette, vintage, whatever, Victorian, Rococo journals, right? So, well, this is sort of a circle. So I actually am going to use my bigger scissor. Because you would cut this oval the same way you cut. You turn with your left. You open your scissors and close your scissors as you're turning with your left hand. I have been teaching this for many years. I think I was one of the very first people to ever do it this way. Everyone was complaining they couldn't cut circles. I figured it out, and I've been sharing it forever. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfect. Well, as perfect as you can get without. The only way it'd be better would be as if I used a die cut, and that would be much more accurate than what I just did here, right? Okay, and it depends on how smooth you are in your circle. Sometimes my hands are shaky and it's not a great circle. I'm hoping to use it here. Yes, I am going to do that. Yum. I do want to do some inking. Let's see what we can do here, right? I don't know that I'm going to ink everything, but I'll do a little. Now, the inside of this is a parchment paper, so it is not white. It's a printer paper for a resume. It's really a resume paper and a parchment resume paper, which I love to print on resume paper. I love to do the linen one, the cotton one. Give me resume paper anytime, and you'll find me creating on it, right? So this one's pretty thin, though. It's not as thick as my 32-pound paper. It's much lighter. I think this is only a 28-pound maybe. But it's gorgeous. And I want to put something behind her. I'm going to think maybe a piece of lace or something. Let's see. What do I have? Do I have a nice piece of lace close by? Yes, I do. Maybe, I don't know if this is wide enough for this or if I need a wider one. Of course, all my wide laces are not in my room. They are elsewhere. Oh, we'll still use it. What the heck? We can do this, right? I'm gonna put this on another finger. All of a sudden my rings are spinning around like crazy. A little bit cooler in here. I'm due for a snack, so as soon as I finish this, I'm off to have a little treat with my hubby. Okay. So I'm thinking it needs this. I don't know if you can see the image. Let me stand it. This is the image I chose. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you have this just very old world paper that you see, because that's the front. And yes, the others look upside down, but like that's right side up. But yeah, that one looks a little upside down. So maybe on that one, or even back there, I might want to decorate those, right? They're a tuck-in. They're something you tuck in a pocket, as you saw me pull the other one out of my pocket. I'm going to just give this a little glue. Just a little glue. And I've already made sure my ribbon's right side up. I need a little cloth. Make sure I'm dabbing it so I don't get the shinies. It's so hard not to get shinies. I don't know. I don't mind the shine. Some people it really bothers them, but it doesn't bother me any. Now, I could add, let me see. Do I have any? I don't know if that's too baby blue. It might be. Is that too teal? Might be. I was thinking I could add a piece of velvet through there before I put that on, because I do want it to be very, very, very opulent. You know, anything to do with Marie Antoinette or Rococo should be opulent and over the top. Let me see. Oh, I haven't seen a pretty piece of ribbon. I mean, velvet. Hold on. Get my box of velvets. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is very royal. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we could do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got to do that. I've got to. I just have to, you guys. I have to. Now, I would like to cut. I don't know if I have anything sharp enough, if these will do it. Let me see. Let's see if I could do it and not cut myself. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we are. I think I would even... Oh, I didn't do a very good job on that. Darn it. There we go. Then we are just going to put that on there. Oh, yes. It darkens it up a bit. And I know I generally use a lighter blue with Marie Antoinette, but... Or do I want that up there? Give me a second. I want to decide where I want to put my ribbon. Do I want it kind of hanging off? I do like the idea of it hanging off a bit. The only thing is it might get mushed in a journal, but, you know... Oh, well, right? Let me put that over there. Get that out of the way. I don't want to deal with that right now. I could put this away. Get it out of my... Okay. Oh, and I have one more thing to share with you, so don't let me forget. I've got to share with you something else. Quickie share. Ah, that was like way too much glue. That would be like overkill. Boy, well, I just filled up my glue is my problem. You know what? I don't need that much glue. I just realized I don't. I only need that much. Oh, no, I need this whole thing. Duh. Hello. Wait a minute. And what I can do is I can trim this up right to the edge of the glue, and hopefully that will keep it from raveling. Velvet kind of unravels. And then let me get this on there. Lots of art glitter glue for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Oh, yes. I love this. It's going to need some pearls and things, I think. But... boy, oh dear, I really made a mess on that one. I got way too much glue on my mat. It's going to make a mess on my piece if I'm not careful. If I could just take off the initial sticky. There we are. Okay. Oh, that's really pretty. Really, really pretty. I love this. It doesn't even have to go in a journal. It might be just used for something else. I can see that I may want to do, whoops, watch your glue. I may want to put another piece here and even over here for some, I mean, it's pretty. It's pretty. I might want to put something else on there. Oh, this is the most gorgeous kit from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I just love it. It's so pretty. Put it that away. Okay, so I know we have time to do whatever we want to do. I just don't want you bored, right? So before we do this anymore, I do want to show you something we just got into the shop. As you know, we got all new laces in. We've got in some new, all kinds of things for fall and for Christmas. But look what we got in. These are the cutest little, and this is the set, how it comes. Look at these tiny little bows. These are so itty bitty. They are so cute. Traditional Christmas vintage bows. Look at these. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Let me see what my normal size bows are. Are they the same size as my normal bows? They're just a bit smaller than a regular bow. No, they're the same size, but they just look smaller because they are smaller than the ones we had. Oh, no, that's a small one. They are smaller than the ones we had last year. The Christmas bows we had last year were almost double that size. They were much bigger bows. So these are darling. So when you're making your little Tim Holtz cards or your bits for Christmas and you want a little bow in the corner, they come in this set just like this. This is the set it comes in. So these are now in our shop. And for those of you who are brand new and don't know, our shop is Design Journal and Supply, and here is the name of it. It is on Etsy for those of you who type it in. Otherwise, you can go to the video, go to the drop down box, which is that little V or the word more, touch that. You'll find the direct link to our shop, Design Journal and Supply. For the things you might need if you're getting ready to do any Christmas or fall, we have tons of beautiful fall ribbon and net and just gorgeous things. Okay, so we've got charms and ribbon and lace, and go get yourself some fun stuff to play with. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yeah, she definitely, I'm probably going to stickle her, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to add some pearls maybe across the top and the bottom. There's a good chance I'm going to do that. I'm also thinking I might want to, I did not colorize the back of these, so I can't really use them as journal cards, but I could use, and there's words, so I could use some words too. I'm sort of kicking myself for not colorizing these, but I'll have to go do that on some of the others. So if I want to use them as journal cards, I don't mean colorize, print on both sides, then I could do that. I just want a tiny little corner off. This is great writing space. And if you might not want to use the top one because it's a little bumpy, or you could just put something under it and it would be fine, right? You could still do that. So not a problem. You could use your blue on this, or you could use vintage photos, which is what I'm using. And you just, oops, upside down, you just put that on there and you have all that gorgeousness. That's kind of big. Got this little chair. It's really cute. This one might be cute on here. I'm going to, when I get a chance, I'm going to cut all these out. Put them in one of my little envelopes so I can just throw them out in a tray and work, right? That's going to be my new way of working this year. I'm hoping that's going to be a big thing. Now, so for the rest of this year, I will not be doing any more new journals or projects or new folders or anything like that on video. Okay, I am just going to be doing little crafty things here and there, how-tos, like what's your best glue, what's your, what do I use, what's the best and why. I'll be doing some teaching for those of you who are brand new to journal making and maybe you don't know. I get so many questions about the best paper, the best printer, the best everything. So I'll be doing some of those before the end of the year. And I will be finishing up I don't know if all, but some of the journals. That's not big enough. Some of the journals and things that I've been making. I have so many unfinished projects. I cannot take on any more new journals, folios, folders, pocket, you know, all the stuff you've been seeing me do. I'm not going to be doing any more for the rest of this year. I feel like I'm so buried with everything that I need to move on and finish. I have 2 design projects that aren't completed yet, which you've seen me work on, but you haven't seen the finale on it because I haven't finished them. I have, you know, a Marie Antoinette journal to finish. I have a romance journal to finish. I have a fall journals to finish. I've got Christmas journals to finish. I have so many things to finish. It's almost overwhelming. Well, it is overwhelming to me. So I won't be doing any more really big projects like this last one I just showed off. They're just too time consuming right now and for me to do on or off camera. I want to finish up everything I've got going. And I have so many other crafty things I want to make. I just think it's time for me to kind of step back from that and do something, you know, different. So wasn't that lovely? That's beautiful. I'm going to have to see. I have a pretty blue lace that I could put on there, but I don't know if it's just going to make it too heavy. But that would be so pretty on there. Oh, yes, it would. Oh, yes, it would. You guys like to watch me decorate, so I'm decorating for you. At least the base part of it, I may have to come back and add pearls or whatever. I got to think about what do I want to add and maybe do that. But this one is upside down, so it doesn't hurt for me to add other stuff so that you don't notice it's so completely upside down. But you're writing on it, so, you know, I think that would be... I just love this little chair. Let's see, do I have this upside down or right side up? That was upside down. Oh, good thing I checked. Yes, good thing I checked. So let's glue this one down. And then we will call it a video. So I hope you're all having a great weekend and that you have a great week next week. And I hope you're all staying well. I know there's some nasty stuff going out. One of my dear friends got very, very ill with COVID. Oh my gosh. We always think it's over, but it isn't. So be careful when you're out there. It's still very much out there, especially if you're over a certain age. You really need to be careful. Over and under, you know what I mean? Over a certain age and under a certain age, it's still out there. So be careful with yourself. Use your hand sanitizer. Wash your hands, clean your surfaces, everything you did before, because it's back. And it's summer. You would think it wouldn't be out, but I've got a couple of friends actually who've gotten COVID in the last couple weeks. So, oh yes, I'm definitely thinking a roll of pearls here and here, and maybe a little something there and there, you know. Same thing for here. I'll probably add, you know, something like that, but I want to take some time to think about it. And I'm also going to try to decide if this is going to be part of a set that I'm going to sell, or if it's going to be part for something for one of my journals, right? Because I have a lot of unfinished journals, as I just said, that need some Marie Antoinette bits and pieces, and I feel like this kit is like just perfect. But you get the idea. Like I could go through and watch your glue. Oh, yes. Maybe do one more piece if I wanted, so that you see a few sides are decorated, but you still can write on it. You know, it's easily writable, and you have all that lovely, yummy writing space. And there you have it all ready to go. So that's our little project for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you loved my newest guest design team project that I did for my dear friend and Nicola. You know, she's a fabulous, fabulous designer, and when she asked me, you know, to do something for her, I don't like to say no, but I won't be able to do any more big projects for anyone if they don't mind smaller things, and you know, and they don't mind that there's no video for it, then, you know, I'll be happy to do it. But as far as making big, long videos for these big projects, I won't be doing that for the rest of this year. I don't know what next year will bring. My health is a big issue for me, And that's the reason I'm slowing down on my videos. But I have not quit. I am not done. I will be here off and on. And just watch for me. Please sign up and get notifications. YouTube told me I have very few of you that have signed up for notifications, so you do not know when I'm making a video. They also said I have very few people that are getting notifications that know when a video is coming up. So a lot of you are missing my videos, aren't even seeing them. There's more than you think. So there you have today's projects. There we go. So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I love you all. I'll see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.